Wolfpack. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Will put total render to crank us up. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So NC State's offense will start this game off with the football. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster, man. I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal of this offense. The defense, they know well, and is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing, tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hacks to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They'll line up for a second down play. The play action fake. Right on target this time. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. NC State comes to the line to deal with the short. They'll try to run for it. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. They bring the punter onto the field now. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will have its first possession of the game. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
And this is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
Off play action on first down. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down so you and see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Pressure coming. It's caught downfield. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Now the play fake. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Great play by the cornerback. And this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over him. Nice job.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Finds his big tight end. came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. And the Seminoles send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. The inside handoff keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Here on 3rd down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. They'll go back to work on offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Dumps it off in the flats. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Trying to get rid of it. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
He's got the tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Off to the races to the right. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Dishman.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
Snagged in the middle. It's Stoneburner. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Seminoles are flying down the field. They'll leave it with the lone back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. Leaves it with the back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. 3rd down, red zone play, crowd alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out fast. He is denied. Cannot get to the 1st down marker, and it's 4th down coming. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Reads it, fires complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here's the handoff. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Caught in the backfield. It's Ball. Oh, he's got first down, and they stop him at the 45. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run from the shotgun. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll move the wide. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Catch in the middle, it's Jones. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Let's it fly. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Off play action. They're working that left side. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now it's 2nd and goal. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Wants to go up top. Time to find the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, NC State. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. And down he goes back with the 3.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
Didn't find much room. He'll pick up a couple out to the 5.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. The Seminoles decide to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Great place to start for this offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Back to pass. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Motion from the wideout. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Working that left side now. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. And off to Jones. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the gun, give on the inside. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. NC State will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback pulled up 2 and sacked at the 12. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal.
Number 19 on the field goal.
Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the ACC. Louisville is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Lamar Jackson should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Clemson. Any big changes in this ACC clash? We've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is...
Snags it down the right side. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. You get a play like that, and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. And the Noles have their offense in high gear. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for space. It's Dishman. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a 3rd down stop. Throws for the tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Dishman. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced.
Touchdown, Noles! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames and threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. To the ground with the back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. Fights off a defender.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Pocket breaking down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Wolfpack will get the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've picked up a couple of first downs to start this drive, and now 1st and 10 from the 47. Leaves it with the running back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. There he goes! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. And off to Jones. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. Barrels ahead. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And in that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to get...
Brings it in down the left side. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. The Knowles will have it 1st and 10. Rides to back on the option, the give. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Got enough for the 1st. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Seminoles are marching down the field. He's got it on the move. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They've been denied on 2 of their 3 previous red zone trips, looking to pay this one off with a touchdown. Looking to fire. Touchdown Seminoles! Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boy
breaks into the open. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the 1st. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it 1st and 10. They want that clock to run. Hard running there.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the 1st down, but you set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
It's incomplete, and the defense makes the stop and gets the football back. Let's see how aggressive this defensive coordinator is with the lead in just a few minutes left. They'll start this drive going to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Looking for room. It's Dishman. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run all.
Turning it on! And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Stoneburner. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll go to the ground. Makes one man miss. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. He wants it all. Touchdown, Florida State. And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Spits it out to the back. Grab near the sticks. It's Jones. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Wants to throw. It's Lyle. Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad...
He's looking deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Unloads to the wideout. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try,